Oh, don't worry. I don't even put it in mine. I'm just using my cell phone, man.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, so let me start by saying that I'm a huge fan of yours, man.
Thank you.
I I've been following your TikToks ever since the pandemic, I think.
That's when I really started like gearing up.
Yeah, because
Was the
I still remember that video because I think I was scrolling to my feeds and then you pop up doing like the peg bouncing thing with your friend. Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, with Heath.
What's his name again?
Heath.
Kid. Yes, I think it was him. And ever since then, I've been seeing your TikToks, and they're all funny, man.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm a complete dork. My philosophy is life is short, so you might as well have fun.
no, they're hilarious, man. Moist.
It's the worst word ever.
No, you're good. You're good. So, people are there. I see people joining. But in the meantime, I mean, if they haven't started with questions, I can ask you some questions, definitely.
Yeah.
So, Slade, what's your current weight and height?
So a lot of people think based on my TikTok videos that I'm like super tall, but that is not true. I'm about 5'6".
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty short.
No, that's not short. Unless you're calling me short, because I'm five.
Yes, that deserves a fist bump right there, man.
Right, right.
No,
Uh,
and my current weight's about 165. I fluctuate between 165 and 170 typically.
that's awesome. I don't want to say my weight, man.
Shut up. You look good.
No, I'm just starting. I'm just starting. One
Good for you.
one day.
I don't
Uh,
know. All it takes is 90% of it's mental. You got to eat right, you got to work out hard, and the rest comes pretty easy.
True, and the thing is that I've been working out for a couple of months by now, but I wasn't very consistent until recently. And
Oh,
then
good.
I have a when I try to do it like consistently, I had like a million questions, and I was like, let me ask the professionals like what they're doing, what's working out for them, and maybe I can get some tips.
Yeah, and you know what I found out is there's a lot of people like me. Like if I go to the gym and I'm not the guy that's going to go up to you and say, "Hey, you should do it this way," just because everybody does their own thing and that's cool with me. But if somebody comes up and asks, I am like more than happy to share my insight.
That's awesome. And by the way, guys, if you want to follow Slade, his social medias are in the video. So just right now or later today, if you click on the video description, you'll see all of his social medias, TikTok, Instagram, everything is there. Okay. And what motivates you to work out?
So in 2000, I guess it was 2012 ish, I had a back injury. I was snowboarding and injured my back, and it turns out the doctor said we have to do surgery. So I ended up having 3 lower back surgeries, and they ended up having to fuse from L5 to S1.
Oh no.
So yeah, so that mentally screwed me up because I couldn't do anything, and I'm a go guy. I work all the time,
Hmm.
and I was in the gym all the time. I couldn't go to the gym, so I got depressed. I got dependent on pain medication. Something that is tough to even admit. You know, you have
Yeah.
this really rough part of life that like for 2 years I was just out. I lost I think I weighed about 110 pounds was all. And I got off the medication and started having withdrawals, and the only way to get rid of those was to go work out. And I found that out pretty quick. So I started working out and I started feeling really good about myself, got my mental capacity, and was able to just overcome this huge.
Slade, I don't actually see you. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you, but it
Uh,
looks like I'm frozen.
do you want to flick your? It happened to me before. If you flip the camera and then put it back in, flip it back, I think it'll work.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me see
Or
if I can. It is not working.
it's not.
No, sorry.
No, it's all right. Let me see. I think I can remove guest and then try to click on the link again, and I think you will be able to join. So let me remove you, right?
Okay.
All right. So that's that. In the meantime, guys, if you guys have any questions, fitness questions, just put them in the chat. Pretty soon, I'm gonna start reading the messages. I already see a few of you already asking questions, so that's really good. And there he is,
Okay.
coming back. It happened to me before, man, and I just figured out like flip the camera and put it back, and it worked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did.
It did.
I'm an unfortunate guy with electronics, so
No, it's fine. Don't worry. So, and when that happened to you, did you hire a personal trainer, or how? What was your knowledge about fitness? Did you had some already?
yeah. So in college, I was actually a bodybuilder. I did shows and
Oh,
was a personal trainer to get through to pay through school. So luckily I had the knowledge, but it changes so much all the time. You know, they're coming up with new ways to build muscle and different workouts, and so I had to kind of re up on my knowledge of how to do it. I figured out that in order to feel good and look good and have the energy you need, about 85 to 90% of it was diet. So I started eating just, I remember back to, 10 years prior, and I thought, man, I got to eat right because I was eating terrible foods, just
oh,
whatever I could. I never was hungry because I was on pain medication for so long. So I started eating healthier, eating 5, 6 times a day. And that helped me out a lot. But I did have some previous knowledge.
wow, that's good, man. And the good thing is that you managed to work that out, and look at you right now, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I work out usually about 45 minutes to an hour a day,
Huh,
and I do 5 to 6 days a week, depending on the week.
that's awesome, man. I'm just so I was gonna ask you that question, like, how many days a week do you work? So you do five to four days a week?
5 to 6. So
Five, six, okay.
I always have to have five, or it screws me up mentally. So
Yeah. And do you always do 45 minutes, or you do more or sometimes less?
well, it depends. So I'm backwards than most people. So most people will cut before the summertime, and
Oh,
I actually bulk before the summertime because losing all that weight, weighing 110 pounds, I looked like Skeletor. Um, just kind of messed with my head a little bit. So for me, in my mind, I look better when I'm bigger. So in the summertime, my beach body is always more bulky.
well, I don't know what do you consider yourself right now, but you look good right now, man.
Thank you. I'm just starting to bulk actually. So
Oh,
I take in a lot of calories, a lot of food, a lot of healthy food. The carbs I eat's like rice and I do gluten free noodles and stuff like that. But I eat a lot of food.
that's awesome. I mean, if I eat a lot of food, I'm gonna gain weight, not in the right way. All right, so let's see what questions do we have here. Niva, aloha. Carl's hi. Code Monkey, hello Johnny and Slade. How do you keep your testosterone level with all the workout that you do?
So I actually do a lot of bodybuilders and stuff say, oh, I don't use any. I use supplements. So to keep my test levels level, what I do is I do ice baths. Believe it or not. So I did a bunch of research. I did a TikTok video on my ice bath, I think, but I did a bunch of research and found out that back in Asia years and years ago, their army was just so strong because they made them take ice baths 30 minutes before any type of physical activity or workout. And in turn, the clinical studies showed that it increased their test levels. So every morning for 2 minutes, I do a 2 minute ice bath, and then about 30 minutes later, I go hit my workout.
That's awesome, man. Hey, by the way, can you hear me well? Am I breaking up or no?
No, you're good.
Perfect. And you know what? A lot of the bodybuilders that I'm following up, I've seen that they're doing that. They're doing ice bath.
Yeah,
But here in
it's
California,
crazy. It helps with recovery too. So,
it does.
um, oh yeah, it'll look cold lowers inflammation, and as we get older, or pushing weight with our joints and stuff like that, it really helps. So your body's actually recovering faster because it's not trying to work on the sore spots.
That's awesome, man. The only problem that right now here in California, it's super cold. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, it's super cold where I am too. So
I
it's
Colorado, right?
yeah, so it's about I'm close to New Mexico, so we're kind of desert area. So in the
Oh,
mornings, in the wintertime, it's negative numbers, and in the afternoons, it's like 40 or 50.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Way colder than here, man. We're not in the. We are not. And then let's see. Code Monkey. Eating right is the key, and consistency. Afterwards, that's easy and comes in time. That's true. I have to give it time. And then Alex Alvarez. Hi guys, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Alex. And Joshua Corner. How are you, Joshua? Happy Saturday, top YouTuber fitness interviewer, Johnny and shirtless peck pup King Slade. I still remember that video, man. You know what? I think I still have it in my favorites.
Yes. That is
I
one of my favorite videos too.
Yeah, I think it went viral, right?
Yeah, it did. I don't remember how many millions of views it got, but it was, and we had such a fun time making those things.
I know, and actually you did few video now that I remember, because the one that I watched was the viral one, but then I looked through your profile and you have more.
Yeah.
You did few more, so that's really good. I mean, those videos for some reason they always go viral.
Yeah, yeah, the peck pop videos do us well. So
It's not simple to do, man. I I don't even know how to move one.
so how I learned was I pushed my hands together like
Oh,
this. And then eventually you get the movement comes from your shoulder. So if you'll watch my videos, you can see my shoulder kind of move in. And so
that's
you just move it's like forward and in at the same time, like you're pushing your hands together.
that's impressive, man.
It's pretty
But
fun.
do you actually have to be ripped to do that, or do you think I could do it?
I think you could do it. All you have to have is a pec muscle. That's it.
Well, I need to work on that then.
Believe it or not, my lady does it. She can do it. Just boom, boom,
But
boom, boom, and yeah, they bounce all over the place.
I'll, that's
Yeah,
amazing. Huh. I bet you two are competing sometimes, huh?
yeah, definitely. She's got me beat though. So
Oh boy. And it's like King Slade is gorgeous. Um, guess it's okay to say he's shirtless. He is. Alex, what's his name and age? Well, his name, he goes by Slade. It's like me, man. My real name is not really Johnny. I go by Johnny.
oh, okay, yeah.
Easier. And then what happened to that peck pup? He did already, bro. You were late.
Here, I'll do some more.
See, there you go. And that was a straight up gasoline. Tipsy Daddy, both looking hot. Well, I'm not. Thank you so much. But my bro right here, he is.
But you are though.
No, in some point I will be, but I know I'm not right now. What
I don't know. You
as
look pretty good, dude.
as soon as I manage to do my pec bouncing, I'll be. Does any question? So what he's saying? Okay, Code Monkey is Reddit. It's a job we can only dream of. Okay, and Dallas. All right, guys. So keep. I'm gonna keep reading, keep putting questions. All right, these people. So do you have a diet right now, or you don't currently have a diet?
So when I bulk, I don't diet. I just really watch. I basically all I cut out is sugar. So like bad sugar, because I don't know about you, but I love Oreo cookies and Reese's. Man, those are my jam. So I cut those things out, and it's kind of brutal because your body like kind of withdrawals from that stuff. You're just like, oh man. So what I do instead is when I have a sweet tooth, I grab those cutie oranges and I eat those, and they usually satisfy my sweet tooth.
That's awesome, man. I like Oreo cookies. I'm not a huge fan, but I do like them.
Do
You
you
know,
like do you like double stuffed or the single stuffed?
the single stuff.
So you're a you like chocolate more
I
than you like. Okay.
I do. And you know what's the worst part, man? That I work in a bakery and we do this chocolate muffin.
Oh, yeah, I'd be dead meat over there. I have no self control when it comes to that stuff.
That's why, guys, I cannot get ripped. It's so hard my work with my job. And then does he has an okay? He has social medias, guys. So if you go into my video description, you'll see the link to his link tree, and you'll find his TikToks, Instagram, and other social medias. Okay, so that link is already there if you want to go check him out. And also, he has a YouTube channel, as you can see, guys. So you can follow him, subscribe to his channel. What kind of content do you put on your YouTube? What is it about?
So I'm I don't know. I'm just a 13-year-old in a 42-year-old's body. So anything that I think is like slapstick, funny, I put up just because, especially during the pandemic, is when I really kicked it off because everybody I talked to was scared and they were down and out and like I'm stuck at home and everybody, even Heath, my buddy who was body or with training with me, he called me one day and just said, "Man, I'm so depressed. I can't get out." And I was like, "We got to start doing some stuff to make people laugh." And then and there's, now with all the stuff going on in the world and this and that, and people fighting over political stuff and this and that, I get away completely from that and just try to develop something that people can escape for 15 to 30 seconds.
That's awesome. And that's so true, man. It never ends. There's always something. It happened,
Yeah,
and I've been hearing about some other stuff that I don't really want to pay attention to it because I'm like, it never ends.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. I got sick of being scared and sad, so I was like, I'm just gonna be myself and be a goof and have fun.
So Code Monkey, I still have candy if I'm low on my calories, but not as much as before. So what about calories? What do you think? What? How many? Are you keeping track of the calories that you're consuming? Or
So when I do a cut, I count my macros, count my calories and stuff, and I do a really low calorie, high protein diet because
Mhm.
that tends to get my muscles built up, or stay where they're at, and then I lose the fat. So um, calories are weird because you can have there's good calories and there's bad calories.
Okay,
So um, when I'm low on calories, I can like we just got back from Mexico. I did a really low cal diet before we left, and I was able to have as much tequila as I wanted to because that's bad calories. So
okay.
yeah, so I was able to have some tequila out there and eat plenty.
Man,
Um,
so I must say that last night I had bad calories then because I had some tequila. So man,
that's if I drink it all, it's tequila. I don't drink anything else.
wow. And Code Monkey 42, it's hot. Yup. Red, red. He's not 42. He is gorgeous looking late 20s. They're guessing. People are guessing. Right?
Wow, that's thank you. That's a compliment.
It is. And you actually look, man. I haven't asked you, and I don't want to ask you, but you look amazing.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I when I was growing up, I didn't do a lot of like I was always into fitness even in high school and stuff. So I didn't do like a lot of drugs or alcohol or smoking or anything like that. So that probably helped a little bit, but
I'm pretty sure.
but I also didn't wear sunscreen. So wear sunscreen because you'll get these 42-year-old wrinkles everywhere.
Oh, come on. Come on. You both look hotties. Bro, you have to look at me first. I'm not. He is. I'm not. I'm still wearing a shirt.
You got me beat. Did you look at like this is nothing. You got this perfect like facial hair, straight teeth, good smile.
Well, I don't know how long the teeth are gonna last because I just removed my braces. So let's see. Well,
Okay.
yeah, but it's been funny. I mean, it like the fitness world. It's a world. It's a whole new world for me. Cause I've been working. I've been going to the gym for a couple of months by now, but I've been doing like just cardio. Cause I was kind of afraid like to go into the weight section. I feel
Yeah.
like it is sometimes. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
I
you shouldn't. And first of all, the people there's just like in every situation, there's the good people and there's the people that aren't so great. So, um, the people that are typically looking at you, like just me, for example, I'll stop and like watch somebody work out, just not weirdly, just see what they're doing because I'm like, man, I want to look like that guy. And then I also will stop and watch somebody. And this just inspires me even more. Like last week, there was a pretty heavy set gentleman in there, and he was busting his tail, like made me look like a wimp. I mean, he was
what?
sweating and busting tail, and I had so much respect for that guy. I didn't, I'm not the guy that's going to go up and hey, good job. I just feel like they don't need that right now. They need to focus on themselves. So, but if anybody's looking at you, it's probably because you're in there, you're doing the work, and you should be pretty happy about that. So don't be intimidated. There's always bad people there that are gonna like, but usually that means they just feel bad about themselves.
Yeah, and the thing is that normally what I do is that I watch people doing their workouts and then I try to replicate it. I try to do the same. But when I'm doing it, I feel like I'm doing it wrong. And I feel
Hey, half the battle is even being there and doing it. So you're doing all right.
I know. And then I feel like everyone's looking at me. I know it's everything is in my head, but I feel like everyone's staring at me.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And I still get that. I
No,
still get that like weird feeling like, am I doing this right? Are people judging me? But if you go in there just focused on your, and it's so hard to do it, it's almost impossible, but just, I'm going to go do this and knock it out. And don't worry about anything but what you're doing at the time.
oh, well, I'll try to focus on that. So, Code Monkey, yes, this chat room is full of fast beasties hearts. I love the facial hair, both so masculine. Thank you, bro. Um, Dallas, is that your motivation board behind you? Oh well,
Oh no.
it's at work, guys.
Yeah, I'm at work right now. So this is a few TikTok names up here. I don't know. I just never erased them, but I did a live feed about 2 weeks ago and wrote some names on the board just for fun in a game.
That's awesome, man. And then Code Monkey, Gary, good call. I mean, everyone's looking at you, man. Part of my gym motivation is to watch some really attractive men, and I do watch muscular men because I want to know like what's working out for them. Like if they're doing like a specific workout, I try to do it with less weight, of course. But at the same, that's what I was saying. That sometimes I feel like I'm doing it wrong.
The weirdest thing about working out, I'm training somebody right now, just a friend of mine who recently had some marital issues and just trying to get back in the game.
Hmm.
Um, so he was doing yesterday. We were doing triceps, and we were doing you put your back against a flat surface and pull straight down. And he had his body out and was doing the movement right. But when I said, okay, put your back all the way against the wall, your head up, make sure it's all flat, and tilt your elbows in, all of a sudden he was really working hard. It's those little bitty adjustments that you can make. So if you watch somebody, watch where they're positioned, where their elbows are positioned, where their legs are positioned, and try to replicate that. And then guaranteed you'll do it right.
And I actually did something like that today, man. I was looking at someone doing some workouts, and I'm like, let me try it out and see if it works for me. And of course, with less weight, I feel a little bit more comfortable, but also because the gym was kind of empty.
Oh, good. I love an empty gym.
So, Slade, are you a personal trainer, or you just were just helping a friend?
No, my background, I was 4 years of school. I was a personal trainer during those 4 years just to have some extra cash to play around with. But that I want to say my license expired in about 2005, so
Mm,
I haven't renewed my license because I pursued my career. But I have enough knowledge to where if a friend comes to me and says, "Hey, will you help me out?" There's on a couple of my social media platforms, I have people that'll message me and say, "Hey, do you have a workout plan for me?" And I'll usually just zip one over. I have about 30 of them, and I don't don't charge for it or anything like that. You can feel free to shoot me a message. And my goal is that I'm not trying to make money off of any of this. I just want to be able to help people out.
That's awesome, man. That's kind of what I do. Like I interview people because I had a million questions, and then it become like a hobby. It's not really a work; it's a hobby because I'm like, if I have all these questions, I'm pretty sure everyone is having the same questions. So I'm
Yeah.
like, put it out there. And of course, you have some people that come for the knowledge. Some other people come for fun, like this guy right here. But it's part of the. And then we have here Gary. He would love to work out with you. So Gary, so he was saying something about that. Just follow him, man. And then we have Alex with a question. He's like, Slade, what's your opinion about men's body have to be shaved or natural? What?
Shaved.
Yeah,
I'm I think everybody has their own opinion, but I like to be shaved. I haven't shaved my chest in a while, but yeah, I'm a shaved guy.
me too, man. I mean, I not my beard, but me too.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So, Slade, what about for beginners? Would you recommend a personal trainer for beginners?
It's kind of up to you. I would, if you can afford one, because and there's a lot of online options now that are a lot less expensive that'll give you the insights you need. There's people on Instagram that I follow still that'll show you just little workouts in their feed. But yeah, my suggestion is that because what I ran into when I first started is I went, worked out, watched everybody else, and then the next day I was so sore I was like, I'm not doing this again. So having the knowledge and having somebody just, hey, take it easy, let's start here and then just work your way up, that's huge.
Yeah.
And
And
setting your goals, because I tend to set my goals really high, and then when I don't reach them, I'm like, ugh. But I started setting small, individual little goals, and as I reach them, I realized I was getting to the goal that I ultimately wanted.
I will keep that in mind, man. And Joe, he's like, which sport does Mister Slade play or played previously? Do you play any sport?
Yeah, so high school I was wrestling, boxing was my big one. I loved boxing. Football all the way to junior year, and then I played baseball and tennis. So I did a lot of sports, but my boxing was my favorite by far.
Man, the only one I have done is volleyball, man. I have to get a little bit more into sport.
I love volleyball though; it's so fun.
So it's fun. I mean, it's been so long that I don't do it. I did it a couple of weeks when I went to Cancun, but even before that, I haven't really. Oh, and
So
I
when did you go to Cancun?
it was like a month or 3 weeks ago, probably.
We were probably there at the same time.
No way, you were there.
I was there. Yeah, I was there. We left March 28th, and we got, or I'm sorry, February 28th, and got back on the 7th of
On the
March.
seventh. I think I came back on the third or fourth
So
of.
we were there at the same time. Where were you staying, if you don't mind me asking?
No, it's fine in the Crown Paradise Hotel.
Oh, okay, cool.
What about
We
you?
we stayed at a resort in Quintana Roo at what is it called? Breathless Soul.
Oh, okay. Is
So
that
it was
zone? I'm not really familiar.
say say that again?
Is that in the hotel era zone?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so our friends stayed down the road at Temptation, and then that was a little too extra for us, so we stayed at the Soul.
See there, see, man, we were close.
I know.
We could have done a live interview like in person,
Oh, that'd have been awesome to do it right on the beach. That'd have been sweet.
right? That's awesome, man. And then I have a question from Dallas here. He's like, I see you subscribe to VW. Do you drive a VW?
I actually am a car dealer by trade, so I own a bunch of different businesses, but one of those, which I'm working today, is a car dealership. So I follow a lot of different stuff to figure out what's new and what's upcoming and what's going on. So it's just kind of more of a hobby for me. but I love VW. They're a great car.
That's awesome. So you have few different hobbies. TikTok is one of them.
Yes.
That's awesome, man. And then Dallas Slade, what was your most viral short video? I
The Peck Pop one with Heath went pretty crazy, but there was another one that I want to say it hit 7 or 10 million views.
not
I
that.
was I was bench pressing and Heath was on the phone and he came over and spotted me with his.
Oh,
You
yeah,
remember that?
I've seen that one. Yep.
Yeah, that one blew up. I mean, it went crazy. So that was
Because
probably my most viral.
those videos are so funny, man. And then I think he stopped for a little bit, right? I think he got married and then he stopped posting for a little bit. Is he back to the social media thing or not yet?
No, I he's an actor. He got a really good role, and he ended up moving to Arizona about 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so he travels back and forth to California to work on this project that they're doing. I'll definitely I'll send you the link. There's a preview for the movie,
Oh, that's all.
and yeah, so it's about uh takes place in the Prohibition, and it's about kind of an underground club. And there's a Heath is a cop that comes in, like an undercover detective that comes in to like investigate the family and falls in love with the girl. And so I was bummed out. He's one of my best friends and he moved out of here, but yeah, that's what he's doing now. So he can't. I don't think he can legally post much on social media, but he does on Instagram still a little bit.
Oh, that's why. But that's really good, man. Making a movie something huge.
Yeah,
It's huge.
yeah,
Yes, when you get a chance, and we'll definitely see it, man. We're looking
yeah.
for
I will. I'll post it on my feed and I'll send it to you in Messenger.
that. That'd be nice. What else, guys? No more questions. Are you done with the questions? Ay, ay, ay. Let me see what questions I have here. Have you competed before?
Yeah, it was in. I went to school in Nebraska. That's where I finished my degree. And in Lincoln, Nebraska, they had. It wasn't a pro competition. It was an amateur competition. It was regulated by the government, so there's drug testing and all that stuff just to make sure no one was cheating.
Hmm.
And it was this big car show, and I did it for 3 years in a row. And the first year, I took um, second place. The second year, I took third place, which I was pretty bummed about, but I'll tell you the story about that in a second. And then the third year, I took second again. But the second year, when I took third, there's a pretty buff guy about our height, really nice guy. He walks out in jeans, and we're all in just oiled up in our pretty much underwear, our g strings. So
Oh,
but he went out in jeans, and I thought, what is he doing? This music started playing, and he had the back of the jeans were sewn lightly, and he ripped the jeans off, and the crowd went nuts. And
oh,
so he beat me for second place, but he deserved it, in my opinion. That was pretty smart.
yeah, like a striptease kind of thing. He did, huh?
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
I've seen those before, and yep, they can catch your attention, man.
for sure. Everybody in the back was going, "Oh my goodness, this guy's awesome." So
That's awesome, man. And then I have a question from Joshua Connor. He's like, "What's the story behind Slade's arms tattoo?"
oh, okay. So this one was my first tattoo ever. That's why it's kind of weak looking. But I got this. It was just my first tattoo in college. Saw it online and went like, man, that's sweet. So it was my first tattoo. And then this one, what my cousin passed away from a drug overdose, and he had this tattoo on his same arm on his left shoulder. So a bunch of us family members got the same tattoo, and I just had this one redone. So,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
yeah, this one's my favorite one by far.
yeah, and I'm sorry to hear that. Because I also have tattoos. I have two. Because you mentioned that one of them it's kind of faded, right? I
Yeah,
like those tattoos, man. Mine, I think I did mine like 4 or 5 years ago, and they're still kind of dark. But
yeah, they look great.
I want them to be faded.
You want them to be faded.
Yup.
But you got that dark complected skin, so tattoos look really good, even if they fade a little bit on the dark. Like I'm just white as they come, so that looks a little a little
No,
faded.
it looks nice. I like it. I'm kind of waiting for mine to fade a little because they're too dark in my opinion. I want them to be, a little bit more faded.
What is the one you just pulled up?
This one right here, it's
Oh,
like
that's cool.
it's like a star sun kind of thing. It's a tribal, I think, with the
Yeah.
letter E in the middle because of my mom. That's her initial.
Oh, cool. That's really cool.
Thanks. That Mr. Joe Cokes. He's like Mr. Slade dealership must get a lot of people looking for Mr. Slade, not for cars.
Well,
That's
I don't wear this here, so
true. He's wearing a shirt, man. He's wearing a shirt. That's awesome, man. Have you ever run into people like looking for a car and they be like, "Hey, I know you from social media."
yeah, so quite a few actually. And then I the weirdest thing that happened was we went to Florida a few years back, and my wife hated it. She was frustrated, but I get it. But we went to Busch Gardens, and I bet you 7 people came up and said, "Hey, you're that guy on TikTok," and I was like, "That is so crazy." And then I made a video with one of them and just talked to the other ones. But we were on a family vacation, so she was like, "You gotta stop." But it was really cool.
Bro, I would do the same if I see you like in Cancun. If I wouldn't see you and be like, "Hey, I know him," I I would approach you, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. You definitely should. So then we'll schedule a time when we both go to Cancun.
Right? That'll be fun. Well, I know questions keep coming, but I know you have to go because you're at work. But thank you so much for your time, man. I really
Yeah, thank you.
having you here. Thank you for coming and answer some of our questions and sharing your story. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, and whenever you need me again, I'm up
We'll
for it. So
we'll do it again soon. And same thing here. If you ever need anything from me, if I can help you, just let me know and we'll do something, man.
right on. Sounds good.
All right. So I'll let you go back to work. Put your shirt back on, man.
Sorry, I got cut off there for a sec.
No, it's fine. I'm like, I'll let you go back to work and put your shirt back on, man.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll remember.
All right. All right. Take
All
care.
right.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye,
Johnny.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye.